So I am going to make some seasoning salt with basically um, the Himalayan sea salt and some of these. There's two different recipes I'm going to make here, but the one has garlic powder in it and the other has onion powder in it. So I just use these ones. And it also has some chili powders in the one. And so I've just used a mortar and pestle to make it really fine. And I've got all that in the bowl. So this one here, I'll have the recipes attached. This one here is the Herbs Providence. And this one here is going to be the steak seasoning salt. And I've made this one before and we really liked it. It was really great. So they're ready right now for me to add the essential oils. And I've made enough that they're going to basically fill these containers. I doubled the recipe because it only filled it about halfway last time. So it's about 6 tablespoons of the Himalayan sea salt. And, you know, there's a tablespoon of garlic and onion and other things in there. But basically, I'm going to mix these up. So this one calls for 4 drops of basil. So this is 1.5 times the recipe. So I'm going to need 6 drops of basil. So help me count. Oh, it's going to come 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 6 basil, and then thyme, it wants 2, so I need 3 drops thyme. You never have any time. 2, 3. When I was at the bank, they had a thing that said, what heals all ailments? And what herb heals all ailments? And the answer was thyme. 1, 2, 3. Rosemary. That might have been 4 rosemary. Oh well. And marjoram, 3. 1, 2, 3. And lemon. We need 3 lemon. And lavender, we just need 2. Well, that's kind of like a little bit much on the lavender. And fennel, it's supposed to be just 1 drop. So, with cooking with essential oils, it sometimes can be that you get too much. It's easy to get too much. And a lot of times what you're going to do with your oils is you're going to mix them in to like olive oil or butter or into the sauce. And sometimes the best thing to do is just to take a toothpick and put that into the reducer here because that's all you really need. Like, they're so economical and they really do add a lot of flavor, but you do have to be careful with that. So I'm just mixing this in, and when I've got it all kind of mixed in, then I just put it in the jar and it's good to go. These taste really good. I just used it quite a bit with everything that I was cooking for, you know, it lasted me about a month or whatever, and it's probably half this recipe. And I just used it in everything I made, and it was awesome. So it's kind of a nice idea, so that I have this to put into using my funnel, my trusty funnel. I can put this in there. And that's hard to do with one hand. There, I have it. Oh, YouTube. I can even do things with one hand. I really need to get some kind of tripod or set something up so I can do these videos without having to become an expert with working with one hand and cutting off what I'm doing. So there is the recipe. And you've got, like, you can put your lid on and it's ready to go. Awesome smells. Really smells good. That smells awesome. So that's herbs. And this one is a steak seasoning salt that I'm going to make. And so this one required the garlic powder, onion powder, and the crushed chilies that I used in the mortar and pestle. So you can see the chilies are in there. And it's got just quite a bit more. It calls for quite a bit of all those things. So we are supposed to put a lot of black pepper. 9 to 12 drops. That's a lot. So 2, 3, 4, 18, 19. And we're supposed to be doing double this recipe. And then 6 to 10 of thyme. You never have any time. 6 to 10. So we'll go 12 drops thyme. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. This one was really good. Rosemary, 6 to 10. So let's go 12. 2, 3. Oh, that one comes really fast. They all have a different viscosity. So coriander, 6 to 10. And did I bring out coriander? Yep, there it is, 6 to 10. So we go 12, because this one I doubled the rest. 3, 4, 9, 10, 12. Okay, 6 to 10. And 6 to 10 drops of dill. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, there we go. So stir this one up, and again, put it in its container. And then I've got some labels that I was going to make for this because they don't do so well without a label. You don't know what you're using. But I was thinking of using my label printer to make some, just because a paper label doesn't last. That's what I did last time. Some of those washable paper labels, they're great because you can just wash them off with water when you want to clean the jar. I use that for all my canning jars. But you also can't read it after about a week of getting your hands on it and making stuff with it. So there we are. Oh, this one smells really good. Oh, yeah. Wow. You can smell all the dill and the mixture. It's just, that's an amazing thing. So this is a rub. You can sprinkle it on steaks or meat prior to cooking it, and or afterwards. It goes great in hamburger. I used a little bit. Like I say, for about a month, that's what I was cooking with, just trying it. So there we are, recipes that you can make with your essential oils that are using cooking. And you can also, you know, use these as you're going. You can also take a drop and put it. A lot of times what I would do, let's say I was making something with cooking, I would put a drop in the tablespoon or in the spoon just so that I could not, you know, get too much or whatever, because sometimes all you need is a portion of a drop, and so one drop is just too much. This one is a very strong recipe. It really does smell like essential oils. But the other thing to do is to, again, like I said, like if you're making a salad dressing, it's great. You can put a drop of lime or something like that in your salad dressing, you know, and you can put that in the oil and it will disperse in the olive oil that you're using or whatever oil, cooking oil you're using. And you can just put your drops of essential oil in. So cooking is really easy and the flavor is amazing. One trick that I know is just fantastic is lime in guacamole. So if you buy a package of guacamole at the grocery store that's already whipped up and you want to make it special, and everybody will go, wow, what did you do? All I did was add a drop of lime, or just don't tell them and tell them you handmade it from scratch because it tastes amazing. Now, a little bit of essential oil can really change and add flavors to your food, and it's all good stuff. Alrighty, that's my little cooking recipe.